At what point your music was blamed for a man killing his friends and getting into a shootout with police?
Yeah, I guess he taped one of my albums to his chest, ran up in the house, and shot up his family.
I'm creeping through your hood with a mini Mac 10 AR-15, Ruger with a 12 gauge pump in the trunk and a black beanie disguise. Y'all don't know nothing about that shit right there, boy. Try to tell y'all, man, I come from a generation, a lot of you motherfuckers will never understand, a generation that's long past right there. But boy, out of that generation, I tell you, music was so motherfucking different than it is today. You know what I mean? There was something about just the art form, right? There was something about the art form of creating music back in the day that ain't like today, because the music back in the day is timeless, right? You can listen to it in 2029 and that shit'd be still hard like it was back in fucking camera popped up out of there. What the fuck? Yeah, there's just something to be about that music, right? That music, the music is just timeless, timeless to the point that, you know what I mean? You can listen to that shit in 2029, right? And it still will sound good like it did in 1993, because motherfuckers took pride in what they really did. And I say motherfuckers really don't now, right? But like, you know what I mean? Like there was a huge process of making the album and putting the album out and then having it embraced by the masses at large, right? And I think one of the best to ever do that shit that don't get a lot of recognition is Brotha Lynch, right? Brotha Lynch Hung, what a motherfucking name, Brotha Lynch Hung. When I was younger, right, he was one of the first artists I got put on to, because he was rapping about EBK and everybody around that time was cripping back then, you know what I mean? And to hear a motherfucker talk about it's EBK every day, all day to the day, you know what I mean? That type of shit right there, that shit, everybody was fucking with that Season of the Sickness right there. That Season of the Sickness. Now, yeah, of course he's got other albums before that, 24 Deep and all that shit, right? But like that Season of the Sickness was something, you know what I mean? It had Cue Ball on there, right? He was riding, this is back when Sibo and Brotha Lynch had a little beef because, you know, Cue Ball was I'll throw y'all the clip and y'all can peep all that out without me breaking down the history of Sack.
At the end of the video shoot, we about to have a sideshow. You know, we finna have the cars do donuts, whatever the fuck. Some of the homies is beefing with some of, I got two gangs. I got Bloods there, I got Crips there. My brothers in Sacramento are Bloods. You feel me? So I got some Bloods there because of my brothers. He got his homies there. And then my homies, you feel me? Majority of my homies, whatever. So one of my homies and they homies had some beef going or whatever the fuck I ain't know about. So I guess as I walked down the street to talk to the camera people, some shit occurred where they got him start talking shit. And then P came down there with me and said, hey man, I don't know what's going on, but I think them niggas is tripping, you feel me? So I'm like, ooh, nigga, you know what I'm saying? My video, whoa. So I go down there, whoop, you know what I'm saying? Shit happened. You know what I'm saying? And
so you said it in a song, or either you or Lynch said it. You shot up in the air to try to disperse the bullshit. And then that's what kicked off the bullshit. And
it really wasn't no bullshit. It was a young nigga, man. Just one young nigga, man. I guess he was trying to get on or whatever the fuck. He was trying to get some stripes. He motherfucker probably 13, 14 years old.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
He was a young nigga, man.
That's crazy.
You feel me? So whatever, you know, that happened. You feel me? Yeah, we lost a homie.
And Cue Ball was
Cue
your
Ball's
cousin?
my homeboy. No, that was Brotha Lynch cousin.
Lynch cousin. Okay.
Yeah, that was my Locc. That was my homeboy.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that was a true brother from that, you know, outside. You feel me?
So did you and Lynch have some? Was it some bad
over
blood?
What he said? Over what he said, we did have some bad blood. I felt that. You know what I'm saying?
But was it like he blamed you? You think, or what it was?
He probably could have blamed me. You know, he could blame me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But that was my brother too.
You know, there was a long history when it came to that music right there, that Season of the Sickness. And Sacramento played a big part. Sibo, Brotha Lynch. I mean, they had a gang of motherfuckers coming out of there. High Side Records. You know, you had motherfucking Hollow Point, Gangsta Dre. I mean, you had these motherfucking artists that was coming out back then. And I mean, these was real gangster rappers. But Lynch introduced a whole new genre of rap, and I didn't even realize it back then, but it was like that. It was like, it's called horrorcore, right? That's what motherfuckers call it now. But like the shit Lynch was rapping about back then was like eating slabs of human meat, motherfucker. Now eat, he's talking about eating baby guts, baby nuts, shit you listen to today, and you be thinking this shit is like the most nastiest, outlandish shit. And believe me, when I listen to it now, I can't really fuck with it, right? But like looking back, you know what I mean? A motherfucker could bump that shit and it sounded hard, though. That, especially that Locc to the brain, boy, when that motherfucker coming up that nine, is that and I never even knew that was a motherfucking white girl rapping at the beginning of Locc to the brain. That ended up being Brotha Lynch's wife, right? Zag, right? But motherfuckers don't realize, for the influence that album had, that album influenced a lot of murders out there in the streets, I guarantee it. A lot of motherfucking gang banging and all kinds of shit was influenced by that motherfucking Brotha Lynch Season of the Sickness. And there's actually a motherfucker from Colorado that got high on crystal meth and killed like 3 of his best friends and motherfucking taped the motherfucking Brotha Lynch CD to his motherfucking chest, and then got shot by the motherfucking Greeley police. Yeah, he was living in Greeley, and the Greeley sniper shot him, boom. And motherfucking, he had that Brotha Lynch album taped to him and shit.
Where the rap story turns into a crime story. Over 1,100 miles away from California in Colorado, Joseph Edward Gallegos, aka Bubba, born February 22nd, 1978 in Vernal, Utah. Joseph was a troubled teenager that had a hard life. Joseph Gallegos began his criminal record at age 13 years old. Joseph Gallegos was recently paroled in early September 1996 after serving part of a 2-year sentence for beating a man. After being released, Joseph was living in a halfway house with 3 roommates. Joseph's friend Jeb Bryant helped Joseph win early release from his halfway house despite the teen's long criminal record. Jeb Bryant also ran the halfway house for juvenile delinquents and introduced Joseph to his 3 roommates and helped Joseph find work as a laborer. With Jeb Bryant's approval, the 3 roommates, Joshua Turville, Stephen David Bates, and John Anthony Lara III, who were all 20 years old at the time, all worked construction and took Joseph into their home until he could find permanent housing. But after living with them for about a week, Joseph grew despondent over a failed relationship with Haiti Hawker, a student from University of Northern Colorado. Sometime in August 1996, Joseph's girlfriend Haiti Hawker broke up with him over ongoing issues with Joseph being possessive and verbally abusive. Joseph had mental health issues since a child, so after the breakup, he became severely depressed. He began using crystal meth regularly. Around this time, all he would do was get high off crystal meth in his room while playing the Brotha Lynch album Season of the Sickness back to back. All of this was taking a toll on him. On one Monday night, while on the phone with 18-year-old Haiti Hawker, Joseph had an unsuccessful attempt with getting back together with his ex-girlfriend Haiti. Joseph began losing it and screaming through the phone at Haiti Hawker while still on a meth binge. Joseph sat in his room still getting high off meth while replaying the Brotha Lynch song Locc to the Brain over and over on repeat. Finally, on Tuesday, September 24th, 1996, Joseph snapped. He began ripping all the phones off the walls and locking all the doors in the house he was staying at. Joseph then got a gun and executed all 3 of his roommates by shooting them in the head one by one. The Brotha Lynch song Locc to the Brain was still playing on repeat. After the shooting, Joseph took one of the victims' cars and drove 350 miles across the state to the University of Northern Colorado, where his ex-girlfriend Haiti attended. When Joseph arrived to the university, he headed to the dormitory where Haiti was staying at. Joseph seen Haiti walking towards her dorm room and surprised her in a bad way. Haiti told Joseph to leave, and when he entered the room, Joseph forced Haiti inside, pulling out a gun, keeping Haiti and 2 other women hostage. Joseph told Haiti that he was there to take her life since she took his. After a while, Haiti talked Joseph into letting her use the bathroom, which was in the hallway. After she walked towards the bathroom, she began running, trying to escape, but was shot in the foot by Joseph. At this time, one of the hostages escaped through the window. Joseph got Haiti back into the room. After a 4-hour standoff with the police, he traded one of the hostages for a 6-pack of soft drinks. He then told the police about the triple murder he committed at the halfway house he was staying at. The roommate of Haiti, who escaped after being held hostage, told the police Joseph never threatened to shoot the hostages. He would just show them a gun and wouldn't let them leave freely. Joseph had told his ex-girlfriend that he had lost it and he was going crazy. After a few more hours, Joseph would open a window, sticking out his head with his eyes closed. A police sniper then took the opportunity to take out Joseph by shooting him in the neck area by his Adam's apple. Joseph fell back and shot his 9mm pistol towards the door without striking anyone. He was taken to the hospital where he would succumb to his injuries 28 minutes after. Instantly, the media would blame Brotha Lynch Hung and drugs being the motive for these killings. It was all over the news that Joseph allowed drugs and rap music to dement him for a few hours by getting high off meth and repeatedly listening to the Brotha Lynch song Locc to the Brain off the album Season of the Sickness.
Coming off that high, it's a double zack wrapped around some funk in the trunk. I got the Mossberg pumping, bout to jack a pump. And when that sickness hits, I'm like a new stage. Watch my back hit the dank, load the gank, make the grade 12 midnight. My niggas on the stroll, Mr. Doc.
Rapper Brotha Lynch Hung spoke about this incident on a Vlad TV interview. Brotha Lynch Hung added that the shooter Joseph Gallegos had the Brotha Lynch album Season of the Sickness taped to his chest while committing these shootings and murders, which I believe is just a rumor because it wasn't mentioned at all on anything I researched.
At what point your music was blamed for a man killing his friends and getting into a shootout with police?
Yeah, I guess he taped one of my albums to his chest, ran up in the house, and shot up his family.
Katie Hawker was treated for her injuries and made a full recovery. None of the other hostages were hurt during the standoff. Joseph Gallegos died from his injuries in the hospital at age 18 years old, and he was buried at Cortez Cemetery in Montezuma County, Colorado, September 24, 1996. Joseph's 3 roommates all died at the scene. Brotha Lynch Hung caught a lot of blame for that incident.
The reason I bring that up is because, you know, thinking back and not realizing, like, that album really did have a lot of influence on a lot of motherfuckers, and so did a whole lot of gangster rap back in those days that motherfucking people didn't really realize. And I mean, I don't even know if motherfuckers really realize it to this day, because a lot of motherfuckers still listen to that shit, right? You still listen to the 90s gangster rap, it's the classic shit. But like Lynch was a motherfucking artist like no other. And I see he still be rapping about that murder, horrific type of shit. That shit ain't my forte no more. But boy, back in the day though, that Season of the Sickness was something else right there. A motherfucking, you know what I mean? Brotha Lynch Hung. You always trip on that name, like Brotha Lynch Hung. Where the fuck that name come from? But I guess he get the name because he used to battle. He used to be a battle rapper, and I guess his brother used to tell him all the rappers he battled, he would be lynching when he be, you know, battling them and shit. But boy, Brotha Lynch is one of them artists right there that motherfuckers really don't give enough credit to, because his album Season of the Sickness really was probably one of the greatest gangster rap albums to this motherfucking day that influenced generations and generations of rappers and all kinds of shit. And you know, that whole black market camp, right? They had a gang of releases on their Doomsday Productions. Man, they even had the motherfucking Lynch used to rap with it so motherfucking sick though. I think what's his name, 6. He got a child molested, some kind of weirdo case, right? Molested his own kids with his wife and shit. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe their music really, you know, it's so devilish, right? Maybe it really conjured up that evilness, because 6 was surely on some weird shit. But you know, you can't rap about that shit and not think that you ain't gonna attract that type of motherfucking energy and those type of, you know what I mean? When you rapping about death and all that type of shit, boy, that shit, gotta be careful what you put out here into this motherfucking world, let alone what you put in your mind, right? And Lynch's shit is on that, the name say it all, Season of the Sickness, right? Motherfucker was spelling with the double C's way back then. But, you know, I just figure I'd make this little video real quick because, you know, shit, you know, motherfucking Lynch, you know what I mean, don't get the respect that he needs, and I think he does. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all ever heard of Brotha Lynch? Y'all familiar with Season of the Sickness? Let me know down there in them comments. And I appreciate everybody that's subscribed, and new subscribers, old subscribers. If you got an idea for a video, drop that in the comments. But till the next one, I'm gone.